What if the person responsible for protecting America's borders used to fix pipes for a living? And what if that same person once stepped into an MMA cage and never lost a fight? Today we're talking about Markwayne Mullin, the Oklahoma senator who has been tapped by Donald Trump to lead the United States Department of Homeland Security. This decision comes after Trump removed Kristi Noem from the role, one of the biggest cabinet shakeups of his current presidential term. But who exactly is Markwayne Mullin? How did a plumber from Oklahoma become one of the most controversial figures in Washington? And what could his leadership mean for immigration, border security, and America's future? Let's break it down. Markwayne Mullin's story is very different from most politicians in Washington. Many politicians follow a predictable path: elite universities, law school, and years of working inside government. Mullin's path looked nothing like that. He was born in Tulsa, Oklahoma in 1977. Instead of pursuing a traditional academic career, he took over his father's plumbing company when he was just 20 years old. That small family business eventually grew into a successful company operating across multiple states. Mullin built his reputation as a self-made businessman, and he frequently highlights that background when talking about politics. According to him, he's not a career politician. He's a tradesman who built a business from the ground up. But business wasn't the only unusual part of his story. Before entering politics, Mullin had another surprising chapter in his life. He was a professional mixed martial arts fighter. Between 2006 and 2007, Mullin fought 3 professional MMA bouts and won all 3, an undefeated record. Supporters often point to this as proof of his toughness and determination. Critics say it reflects the aggressive style he later brought into politics. In 2012, during the wave of anti-establishment politics in the United States, Mullin decided to run for Congress. Positioning himself as a conservative outsider and businessman, he ran for a seat in the United States House of Representatives, representing Oklahoma. He won the race and served in the House for a decade, from 2013 until 2023. Then he moved up to the United States Senate, where he continues to represent the state of Oklahoma. Once in the Senate, Mullin quickly gained national attention, and not always for traditional reasons. He developed a reputation as one of the most confrontational lawmakers in Washington. One moment in particular made headlines across the country. During a Senate hearing in 2023, Mullin challenged a labor union leader to a physical fight during the hearing itself. Yes, inside a Senate hearing room. The moment went viral across television and social media. For supporters, it reinforced the image of Mullin as someone who refuses to back down. For critics, it raised questions about his temperament and leadership style. But one thing became very clear. Mullin was not afraid of confrontation, and he was also one of the strongest supporters of Donald Trump in Congress. Over the years, Mullin has consistently defended Trump's policies, especially when it comes to immigration, border security, and the America First political agenda. That loyalty may be one of the biggest reasons why Trump recently chose him for a major role in the federal government. The announcement came when Trump decided to remove Kristi Noem from her position as Secretary of Homeland Security. He then selected Markwayne Mullin as his replacement. If confirmed by the Senate, Mullin would become the head of the Department of Homeland Security, one of the largest and most powerful agencies in the United States government. The department oversees critical national security responsibilities, including border protection, immigration enforcement, counterterrorism operations, disaster response, and cybersecurity. It manages agencies like Border Patrol, ICE, TSA, and FEMA. That means the person leading this department plays a major role in shaping U.S. immigration policy and national security strategy. So why did Trump pick Mullin? Political analysts point to a few major reasons. First, loyalty. Mullin has been one of Trump's most reliable allies in Congress. Second, policy alignment. Mullin strongly supports tougher immigration enforcement and stronger border control policies. And third,
electrical grid and our critical infrastructure such as water and systems that we rely on every day to help the American people be safe and to still have their way of life. We also have CISA, which some of you may have worked with them, which is our cybersecurity agency, which goes out and not only hunts down bad actors that would attack us on our cyber systems, but also gives us mitigation measures for how we can harden our systems. All of these entities work together to serve the American people and to make sure that we're prepared for any threats that we may face, but also respond to them in a way that honors what our ideals are. The sacred duty of our government, truly, is that people are entrusted to secure the rights also of all the American people. You know, the Declaration of Independence states that governments derive their powers from the consent of the governed, which is the people. The people give us the right to do our jobs each and every day. And as long as this world is fractured and as long as human nature is fallen, we will need brave men and women who step up and serve and enforce our rights.